David Pakman has been exposed working with the Chorus Project, which has been paying him $8,000 a month.
It's in the second paragraph. It mandated extensive secrecy about disclosing their payments and had restrictions on what sort of political content creators could produce. That means they're dictating your content directly in the contract.
David Pakman has been scrambling, trying to respond. He came out with a video where he tries to justify everything.
Since this article came out, I've heard from a bunch of you. David, did you sell out? David, is the DNC telling you what to say? How could you do this to us?
But where it gets really interesting is that the following day, he openly admits that he has been working directly for politicians. The hypocrisy here is staggering.
All right, I was not even going to talk about this.
Of course you weren't. You were getting paid not to talk about it.
I was named in an article in Wired yesterday, and the article is about a so-called dark money group.
It's not supposedly dark money group. It is. Had this article not come out, do you think David Pakman would have ever revealed this?
And I was not even going to give this the time of day.
Yeah, right. This is one of the biggest mistakes, if not the biggest mistake he's ever made.
Other creators, like a Twitch streamer named Hassan Piker, were covering this in ways that don't reflect the reality of the situation and are perpetuating falsehoods about what is and isn't going on.
Okay, tell us what is false.
Now, the most important thing to say is that the idea behind this group is exactly what I've been advocating for years.
David Pakman would probably claim that he wants to get money out of politics. Then he turns around and engages in exactly that, claiming this is what he wants to happen.
For years I've been saying the left needs to organize independent media in the way that the right has been doing.
Yeah, the problem is that the right has not been doing it this way. There is no centralized network on YouTube. It's messy because it is organic. Feuds erupt because there's not agreements preventing us from talking about what we want to talk about.
The left needs to fund independent creators the way that the right does. The right has won even arguably presidential elections because they're organized with regard to online and independent media. They're killing us. We've been so behind.
But it works because it's decentralized.
And this kind of support for creators is exactly what I've been advocating for.
So he's trying to paint the picture as though it's not sketchy. No, I've been openly calling for this.
Now, the article is riddled with inaccuracies, and they're not minor inaccuracies. First and foremost, this group has nothing to do with the DNC.
It's an organization that allows very wealthy individuals to be able to buy influence and to prevent anyone from revealing it. They spent $400 million to sway the election in 2020. I don't care if you have official ties to the DNC.
At its base, the group has nothing to do with the DNC, period.
That's just such a false way to spin that, though.
Number two, I do not get clearance for anything I say.
Nonsense, because it's spelled out right there in the contract. You cannot contradict specific narratives. Why do you have to meet for, regular advocacy trainings and daily messaging check-ins?
I do not run interview questions by anyone at Chorus. I don't tell Chorus when I'm going to be doing an interview. Not a single segment I have done, not a single question I've ever asked a guest has anything to do with Chorus.
But where it gets really interesting is that the following day, Pakman made a video seemingly unrelated. He openly admits that he has been working directly for politicians.
I'm not going to name names here, but I do think it's important to tell you the story. There is an elected official, House or Senate, who we have been in touch with on the show off and on over the years. And this individual's challengers have been reaching out to me. I would like your endorsement, or at minimum, I would like to be on your show.
So he tries to call up the politician to tell him that, hey man, your competitors want to come on my show. How would you like me to respond to this?
So I reach out to the office of this elected official and I say, hey, just a reminder, David Pakman, you've done the show off and on over the years. We have a relationship. I am trying to get in touch to figure out what is going on, and I want to hear it from you before making any decisions about our coverage so that I ensure that our coverage is calibrated to, is this an open seat or is this an incumbent who's being challenged? Just want to touch base.
And his big problem is, well, they transferred me to this other email address or this other number.
And they simply say, for any campaign questions, email info at a different website.
They did not treat me like an important person.
I know we will never, ever, ever hear back. And this is the fundamental problem. That sort of way of dealing with independent media is how all of us will end up going, screw this elected official. Let's endorse the challenger. Let's fundraise for the challenger. This is exactly the problem that we are talking about. And so I reached out to my contacts on the Hill and I said, listen,
that's not how you're going to be able to buy the result you want.
This is exactly what I thought we were trying to fix.
He admits going to the White House, meeting with the president.
When we went and met with the Biden administration and met with people from the House and met with people from the Senate in DC.
Just indicates the level of cooperation and direct communication he has been having with politicians. Should I allow them on the show because they're your competitors? So he contradicts himself.
There are no restrictions of any kind on my content.
And of course he's going to say this. That's what they're paying you to say.
I've never covered a story because Cora suggested I do it. I've never not covered a story because Cora suggested I not do it.
The contract contradicts this in black and white.
There is no content relationship of any kind.
Well, then why accept the $8,000?
So what does Chorus do? They run technical trainings, how to produce content, how to make your operation more efficient.
So they're paying you $8,000 a month to help you produce content? It's the other way around.
How do you take a small shop of 1, 2, or 3 people and put content out on multiple platforms the way I've been doing successfully for decades?
This isn't just about teaching people how to make thumbnails. I mean, watch how he spins this.
They set up mentorship relationships between larger creators like me and small up-and-coming creators who are looking to do content, which is something I've said for years we need to be doing.
If it's something that you've been calling for years and you feel passionately about, why don't you do it for free? Why do you need them to pay you $8,000?
They do advocacy trainings. They do media trainings. How do you deal with adversarial media?
Well, now he has this whole network to help him spin the situation. He's spelling it out right here.
They do legal training so we understand how is the right-wing machine potentially going to come after us? How do you organize your business to be protected? That's what they do.
Think about the subtext here. He's admitting they are behind his response.
If this was a group or an organization that required me to get permission before saying things, or fed me talking points, or told me, David, talk about this and not about that, or anything like that, I would never be part of it, period.
Yet, the video you made right after this, you do exactly that. This has been hilarious to see.
This is just a subsidy that really affects your coverage that you're literally not allowed to disclose.
It's actually taking creators under their wings so they know how to properly post thumbnails and descriptions that are going to get engagement. This is just about best practices. And I would love somebody to give me an $8,000 a month retainer to teach me about how to do thumbnails.
You have the ability to run your business how you want to run it. If you want to take money from them, fine. Don't be surprised when the audience reflects reality and this implodes. Because the audience does not lie, as we're seeing here.